Good. Good afternoon, San Carlos. Well, wet afternoon, San Carlos. It's already now almost dark in the middle of noon because we're getting into the storm more. And as you can see, my neighbors there have lost their fence. There was a few cars still driving around, but it's past ankle deep out there on the road. I went looking for one of my two sons that blew away. It's in my neighbor's yard. Hopefully it stays there for the duration of the adventure. I see it right there by their bike. Right there, boom. My little flag is SOSing. Gonna shove it out there to blow in the wind. So yeah, it's coming down now. See, this guy's trying to drive, and it's literally up to his grill. So he's gonna get waterbogged for sure. Because this car's even lower than mine. At least it's a modern style of car where it's gonna be having all of its electrical up near the top of the hood. Not like my little mid-engine, rear-engine, lower-engine vehicle. But they're going slow enough to just behave. But they're opening their door to see if it reaches the level of the door. And it does. But this is shallow puddle area. There are going to be places down the road that are going to be much, much deeper. So they'll get stuck eventually. So they're trying to get away because they probably live in these little shack houses, right? Which are going to lose their roofs. I can hear the barangay announcement vehicle probably giving them shit like, "Go the heck home, you fools." So yeah, that poor tree's gonna lose most of its leaves, I think. If it doesn't just blow right down and crush that house with it. But yeah, we're in a nice strong area. There we go, there's that barangay vehicle. And if one of these houses blow down and he sees that, he'll go and check on the people and bring them to an evac center. But this is just the beginning, guys. So, I mean, I don't have any signal to upload right now. Of course, once I do, all these videos will start uploading on their own. But that's a real issue here. There just might not be signal for a few days. So you won't get any updates. And hopefully, everyone's okay over here that I know. I'm kind of worried about the woman's band because they're up on a mountain in little shack houses like this. And I told them to come in last night. I was even willing to risk going to get them, but the rain was still kind of mild and I could have avoided big puddles. But they wanted to stay. And originally I wanted someone to stay in the house. I just assumed they'd get looted. And she said, no, here in the storm, people don't go looting. I find that hard to believe, but hey, she's a local, she knows more than me. Maybe they just have a good enough morality not to fuck with people. Oh, there's a poor chicken who broke free of his home. Jim right there. And I got completely drenched in like 2 minutes outside. So it is what it is. It's definitely coming down. Cebu has cars floating in it. So I want to throw my car floating away per se, even if the water does get high. Because you see it's starting to fill up in my little zone there. Because I locked it in the zone, in my little seating area for my resto. So. But if it gets too high, I mean, it could do water damage to me so that it doesn't start. But that's exactly why I brought my motorbike inside. Now, unless there was extreme circumstances, I wouldn't be trying to get the motorbike out and drive through these swamps. But after it stops, when everyone else is still stranded, say, my bike would be dry enough that I could go out and take the risk, right? So, you can hear buildings collapsing, trees breaking. And this is my first big at land storm, really, in my adult life. You get some things like this out of the sea, and when you're on a boat, it's a lot more scarier. Because at any time the boat could capsize or flood and sink. But here on land, the danger is debris, right? Flying and getting you, one of those tin roofs went flying and gets you in the back of the head, it's not just tin. There's going to be a few, studs underneath it attached. So, that can do damage. Same with like cows or motorbikes. With that little white motorbike over there, this thing has been there for a long time. I don't think it's keeping it upright. It's probably sunk in the mud a bit. That red flashing light, I don't know if you can see it from here. You can. Well, it's a warning siren, right? So it's humming for anybody who doesn't know. Hey, get your ass inside. But, yeah, definitely fun times. And, let's say you're living in one of these shacks. Yeah, you can live in one of them as a local, but it'll be the real houses like mine that stay standing. Now, what really sucks is if they go and get 2 or 3 earthquakes over the next few days, as this is going on, because then these people have no choice but to leave their houses and be exposed to the elements. And that's where the evac centers, which are funded by governments, come into play. So yeah. But so I'd show noon-ish how dark it is, how windy it is, some of the destruction, the depth of the water. I don't want to waste all my battery on these early videos, but I'll keep updating from this position. So if the houses across the street, if they blow down, I can share. So speaking of sharing, share these videos, let them go viral so people can see how it is over here. Like I said though, if you're an expat, you don't have to worry. You're in a hotel, you're going to be fine. Hotels have emergency generators. We're powerless right now. And dataless. I stopped running water. But these are the kinds of content that you kind of want from a channel like mine and showing you how it is over here. So if you're looking for that front seat view, we're offering it to you. So subscribe, folks, and yeah, I won't be open for the next few days, obviously. There probably won't be power for at least this kind of wind, I would say a few days. She said it went as long as 2 weeks last time, and of course, as I mentioned in my other video, if it's 2 weeks, as soon as Cebu Airport opens back up, I'd probably fly home and do it fish for Christmas. Because unfortunately, with the bar not being able to open, I'm even more broke than I was before. I spent the last of my money on gas and some basic supplies to have. And realistically, if the gas can't be used by the van because the van can't start, I'll just siphon it out and put it in jars and use it as motorbike fuel. And I can easily go far away from here on the motorbike with the gas I have. I mean, I don't think I could carry all the gas I have, to be honest. I got like 35 liters, so I'd probably maybe be able to carry 10 liters with me. And then I'd start weighing myself down too much on the bike with the family. But so, it is good to have an evac plan, and but at the same time, I have a stone fortress of a house. So even without electricity, I'm going to be just fine. I wish I had a propane barbecue or a propane cook stove, so at least I could still cook. But I have meat on ice, so a lot of my neighbors don't. So one of them does definitely have that cook equipment, so I could probably barter where it's like, hey, you let me cook on your gas on your thing, and I'll give you a few burgers. So bartering is always something you can do in these kinds of conditions. And it did save a lot of potable water. We bought a bunch from the machine, and then we filled every basin in the house for toilet flushing and things like that. So, not that we'd have a problem finding water. I just go out there and fill a bucket from the street to flush the shitter. But that's the other catch, is that their sewer system is not a sealed system. So when you get this kind of flooding, there's a very good chance that you're not going to be able to flush the shitter, toilet, into the sewer, because the sewer will already be full. So the real concern might be that the toilet will backflow this horrible water into your house. Now in my spare bedroom, where I just have the hole for the aircon blocked off, that little styrofoam and wood panel is already blown away. And I've mopped that floor twice now just to keep the water from spreading. I just squeeze the mop out to the toilet. But it's one of those things where starting to see bits of tin floating in the debris, so that means someone's lost their roof. And then this is early, folks, so I'm going to save my battery so I can do another video in 3 or 4 hours or 5 or 6 hours. So like, follow, subscribe. I don't know if the bell's working. I hope it's working. If it is working, please hit that bell. If it's not working, can you send me a message and let me know stuff? Because I don't know what that is, or if anyone else knows why you can't hit the bell on videos or to a channel, let me know. I'm infinitely curious. I'm kind of new to the whole YouTube thing. Oh, there's a roof starting to go over there. You see it flipping in the wind. So, anyways, that's it, folks. That's your 10 minutes of stormification. Chat with you again soon. Stay safe. Stay thirsty.